Hey there, Ron Sullivan, your online hitting consultant. I want to talk about athleticism versus fundamentals. This young lady on the left is extremely athletic, and this is a promotion by a group called Line Drive Nation. I've received some of their Facebook posts, and the shares on this particular swing, the comments, the likes and loves, and all these things are they're overwhelming. They must be doing really well in business. And one of the things that is their, I believe, in my opinion, that they're driving this with is, you know, when you're asked the question, do you want your player to be more athletic? I think that anybody that goes to an 8 or a 9-year-old game probably would hear that statement and say, that's what's missing. They're not athletic. And the reality is that yes, players could use better pre-swing movements. They can use bigger pre-swing movements even, and it can be taught well. And I believe, I don't know for sure, but I believe that this group, Line Drive Nation, is trying to do that. But what I wanted to demonstrate today is, something that's missed, and in the comments on this particular video are very, I guess, typical of what I see online. A lot of times is people just automatically say this isn't a very athletic movement, and this is exactly what the pros do. And I'm always scratching my head and going, what do people think the pro swing is? And so when you watch a player like Contreras, now both of these pitches I believe are inside. Now I know Contreras is. It looks like this one that she's getting is inside too. I apologize. I don't have the full swing because I'm just trying to show this sequence. But what I'm trying to show is inner half sequence. Right? Whenever we're unloading the swing, you better not have a whole lot of resistance, especially I would think at 14, this young lady probably dominates the competition. She's probably a couple of steps ahead of the pitching at this point. But at some point, right, the pitching's going to be really good. Right, and so unlike the comments that seemed to be the drive, the people that were saying that they didn't like this swing were saying that I would throw her away. That's what they were saying. I would throw her down and away or away. And honestly, I'm throwing her, if I've got a good pitcher on the mound, I'm throwing hard stuff in. You can't dominate in this game if you've got that much resistance in the turn. So this isn't a knock at this young lady. Again, the full swing is a thing of beauty. If you go watch it on Facebook, again, Line Drive Nation, you're probably going to enjoy it. But what I want to talk about is this growing thing where we're kind of missing the point. Athleticism to me is not we don't start with athleticism and then build to fundamentals, right? Fundamentals should come first with proficiency of the fundamentals, then big movements by all means. The Josh Donaldson leg kick, those things, they make sense, right? You can do that once you understand how the swing works, right? And so, but what we don't focus on is this move, right? If you can't unload a swing without resistance, and I'll keep going on. Here's Correa. This is how we're supposed to unload on a pitch on the inner half, right? He's going to look a little bit different on a pitch away, but on a pitch inner half, I can't have my hands stuck, right? And so the growing movement of hands don't matter is something that really concerns a guy like me. And of course, as a hitting instructor, I have to compete a lot with what a dad saw on YouTube. Well, we saw this, and what about this? And oftentimes I have to say, well, you've got a 9-year-old that is learning the game, and so let's get this sequence ironed out, and then we'll focus on the big movements. So this move right here is losing touch a little bit in the game, not with players that play at this high level that Correa is playing at, but with instructors on YouTube and on Facebook, right? Because we're let's see, the movement now is anti-push, right? In this gentleman's video on the left, the instructor, he has another video where he's talking about some player that he's working with, and in the background there's a coach in the background working with a player, and he goes, and look at this girl, she's being taught the push swing. And I cringe at that because I'm thinking, no, wait a minute. How do we know that guy's not a volunteer that's trying to help somebody that doesn't know how to swing the bat, fundamentally understand that they can't leave the barrel behind. But this is a whole different topic because now the consensus seems to be, no. If the hands don't matter, what is the swing ultimately? It's a drag. Right? Now, anybody that's ever played the game with any kind of serious at all, and you've ever hit a ball really hard, you know you didn't feel your body drag the bat around. Now, some of us may use bigger muscle groups, but Anybody that was any kind of hitter at all in their life knew that they had to get their hands into the right position. Now, I didn't say you had to slap at a ball on the ground with your hands, right? If you don't learn the sequence of how to unload the swing, then you're going to struggle in this game. So, what a lot of young players are struggling with these days is they can't make adjustments because they're being told their hands don't matter. So they get the barrel, and look at this is a perfect example. I'll go back to Contreras here too. Watching the turn, this is the same sequence, right? Look at the difference in the arms position, right? Look where the knob of the bat is in relationship to the back elbow, right? How her elbow swings underneath. This is not a knock on her. She could probably get away with it every now and then. But most kids, this is how they swing the bat. They're trying to use their body as a leverage point. Look at the bat still stuck behind her. And look at Contreras. It's making a clean escape from the top because I've got to have some flow to get through the ball. I'm not thinking Contreras here is going, I'm going to lay this bat down and then flip. I'm going to use my body to flip the bat at the ball, right? And so what she's doing there on the left is a huge issue. It is a big deal. It's not a, well, it's your opinion. No, it's mechanically, this is why I can say it's not like the pros, because pros like Correa didn't probably have a coach that said, your hands don't matter, Correa, right? I want you to make sure that you just wipe that out of your brain. Just turn your shoulders around and flip the bat at it, and dang it, you're going to hit it over the fence, because we're not going to hit balls on the ground, right? That whole spiel, right? No, he learned how to he learned how to get inside, which ultimately, and so I can't disqualify myself from the get on plane. This is how we get on plane, right? Learn how to unload the bat correctly, and your bat's going to get into the right position. If you're using your body to flip the bat, forget about making adjustments. Now, again, this young lady probably could out hit most 14-year-old kids, right? But as she grows in this game, her biggest problem is going to be able to is for her to be able to make adjustments. Inner half, I'm coming in so hard on the inner half because if you have your arms tied up like this underneath your hands, all you're doing is flipping the bat. You're flipping the bat at the ball, and so you better have your flip happening right in the right spot. Otherwise, it doesn't work. The direction of the hands dictate the direction of the bat, right? We're going to use the big muscles in our body to hit a ball, right? But let's stop kidding ourselves, right? That we don't have to put our hands in the right position in order to hit a ball, and that the hands don't matter. This is something that was created by guys that were told to slap the ball on the ground with their hands by their coaches, and so now they're bitter because they made it to the minor leagues, and they know they would have been great as if they would have used their body more or something, right? No. Teach your player how to unload the swing, then go back to Line Drive Nation and talk to them about how do I make my player more athletic. I don't know, right? But learn how to fundamentally unload the swing, and you're going to give yourself a chance to stay in this game for a long time. Hey, Ron Sullivan, your online hitting consultant. Thanks.